Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As the saying goes from the Bible, I think it is, by their fruits you will know them or you will judge them. I actually brought to you Mel Gibson about 2 videos ago that he was saying exactly those words. And another words that I have been using in about, I think 2 years now before ending my videos, especially solo videos. I think I was a little bit ashamed. I don't know why, when I had my guests to say it. But when I record solo, I was saying this and I continue saying this, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. That's how I end my videos. And those are the words that are perfect statement for the video that I have prepared for you today. And that is an interesting one. I hope you will find some value in this content. And if you do, make sure to check your subscription. Hit the thumbs up. It's free of charge. And it really helps with already very suppressed algorithm on my channel. And I want to say to everyone who's watching me from United States, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I wish you a healthy, peaceful, happy, and also I wish you a lot of health, physical strength, mental clarity, and first and foremost, strength of your spirit that will carry us through all those very uncertain and challenging times. But remember, there is always light at the end of this crazy tunnel. And I want to say thank you to Gladys and Marsha, who have donated on my PayPal yesterday and today. Very, very grateful for your support, guys. And to everyone who left the comments yesterday with your kind words under my latest video. I've read them all. I am very grateful for your energy and your support and your attention to my work. So here we go, everyone. Another video was presented to me, and it took me on this journey of by their fruits you will know them. So what is the fruit I'm talking about? Let me play this video. I'm gonna probably stop a few times during this clip. And then we go into official websites, official articles, as well as another video that is connected to this one. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it.
You guys ready for this SHI with the capital T launching from the White House today? From the U.S. Department of Energy.
So this is what we are going to focus on today. And this is very, very fresh. Like I said, I think it's from yesterday. Actually from 24th, I think, of November. So few days old. What is this? It's the launching the Genesis mission from the White House. So let's continue with this video and then we go into details. What is this about?
The Genesis mission has arrived. Let you read about this for a second. But
so here he's mentioning Henry Kissinger's latest book, and I will be going into that exact book after we play this video. So let's continue.
and it's almost like they almost got us, like almost. Yeah. Always got to reveal themselves. So why Genesis? Oh yeah, that was the beginning. That's the creation. That's in the Bible, Genesis. And so the devil has to have his mimic of his kingdom And then what did God's people do with his kingdom and Moses, like the real chosen people? What did they do? Oh, yeah, there was an exodus. That's right. Yeah, we got to get out. I'm with this guy, by the way. I'm in his camp.
235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Hey, Henry, what y'all doing, huh? What you doing? Come here, buddy. Oh, yes, sir. How y'all doing?
This is the way. Deliver us to the promised land.
All right, everyone. So happy Thanksgiving again from the Turkey. Not so happy perspective. But let's dive into this topic, what this person was mentioning. So let's first go to the official website from the White House. Why not? Let's verify all of this. Here we have it, the White House launching the Genesis mission. Executive order from November 24th, so just 3 days ago, by the authority vested in me as a president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1, purpose. From the founding of our republic, scientific discovery and technological innovation have been driven American progress and prosperity. Today, America is in a race for global technology dominance and the development of artificial intelligence, AI, an important frontier of scientific discovery and economic growth. To that end, my administration has taken a number of actions to win that race, including issuing multiple executive orders and implementing America's AI Action Plan, which recognizes the need to invest in AI-enabled science to accelerate scientific advancement. In this pivotal moment, the challenges we face require a historic national effort, comparable in urgency and ambition to the Manhattan Project that was instrumental to our victory in World War II and was a critical basis for the foundation of the Department of Energy, DOE, and its national laboratories. This order launches the Genesis mission as dedicated coordinated national effort to unleash a new age of AI accelerated innovation and discovery that solve the most challenging problems of this century. So I'm not going to read you the entire thing, but we're going to go to another website that goes into specifics. This is from the US Department of Energy, since Trump mentioned that in that executive order. Energy Department launches Genesis mission to transform American science and innovating through the AI computing revolution. Here it says that the Genesis mission will focus on addressing 3 key challenges of national importance. First, American energy dominance. The Genesis mission will accelerate advanced nuclear fusion and grid modernization using AI to provide affordable, reliable, and secure energy for Americans. Not going to comment on this. Advancing discovery science through DOE's investment and collaboration with industry, America is building the quantum ecosystem that will power discoveries and industries for decades to come. Third, ensuring national security. DOE will create advanced AI technologies for national security missions, deploy systems to ensure the safety and reliability, sorry, hard to pronounce, of the US nuclear stockpile, and accelerate the development of defense-ready materials. So the Genesis mission marks a defining moment for the next era of American science. Now, why is this important? Because he mentioned Henry Kissinger. So just briefly, to those who don't know who was Henry Kissinger? Henry Kissinger, you can see right here, he died almost exactly a year ago, on the 29th of November, sorry, 2 years ago, on the 29th of November 2023. And he was an American, Alfred Kissinger was an American diplomat and political scientist who served as the 56th United States Secretary of State from 1973 to 1977, and the 7th National Security Advisor from 1969 to 1975 under Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. He died at age 100 years old at Kent, Connecticut, United States. Okay, why this is important? Because before he died, let me show you. He has written this book. And let me see where I got this, guys. Okay, and the picture, you know how they say that a picture that says 1,000 words or million words or 100 words? Do you see this? You see an eye that is walking a human on a leash like a dog. And I'm gonna actually title this video in a way that I will read to you in a moment. So this is from November 19th, 2024, when the book was, I think, put together, but he was the co-author of this book. The title of this book was Genesis. So no coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. Okay. First look, Kissinger's final warning and a new book on AI. Very briefly, Henry Kissinger joined forces with technologist Craig Mundy, I think you say Mundy or Mundi, and Eric Schmidt to write a book on the subject that dominated his thinking in his final years, Humanity's Risk from AI. That book, titled Genesis, is out Tuesday. So a year ago they launched the book. They announced this book. They started selling it. Nearly a year after the former Secretary of State died at 100. So the first year after his death, the book came out, and now 2 years after his death, so 2-year anniversary of his death, we have the executive order from the White House that has the same name as his book, Genesis. Also out a video shared with Axios AM in which the authors discuss their central thesis. And I'm going to play this for you guys. This video will be from official YouTube channel of his co-author, Eric Schmidt. What they are saying, Kissinger warns the humanity is trying to wield a power it cannot possibly understand. Humans won't any longer be at the top of the scale in terms of intelligence, and that forces us to think differently about our relationship to everything, Mundi says. Schmidt says humanity could become the dog to AI's human. This will be the title of my video. One of the co-authors says it. The dog, so humanity will be the dog to AI's human. And third, there are enormous upsides, the authors note, of having a polymath in your pocket and say diagnosing your illness. I think, I mean, as far as illness goes, they have a lot to say about it, don't they? Yeah, those creatures, they talk about illness a lot. So let's play this video in which you're gonna hear from all those authors, co-authors, what is the future. And just before we play this video, let's remember, everyone, This is like a freaking Twilight Zone, isn't it? Just remember, everyone, that the executive order just signed by Trump 3 days ago is called the Genesis Mission. It's literally like in your face. Let's play this video.
Szukasz idealnej.
AI is in our hands for now. What we do next could be our greatest triumph or our gravest mistake.
In this new era, we're only at the beginning. King Midas of ancient Asia Minor wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. Dionysus, the god of pleasure, granted his wish. But soon, Midas's dream became a nightmare. His food and drink turned into lifeless gold. In his despair, he sought relief in the river Pactolus, trying to wash away the curse. What does this tell us about humanity trying to wield a power which they cannot possibly understand?
Before I continue, I have to stop this. You remember when I recorded a video about the symbols? Here we have the black cube again. I know a lot of you already pay attention, but I just want to mention it.
Eric, Craig, and I decided to write Genesis to examine what artificial intelligence means for humanity and explore solutions to the challenges it poses.
In the publication of this, Dr. Kissinger's final book, we get to see the arc of his insights. For the next hundreds of years, people will study the sum of that as a true magician, a true genius, a true polymath on his own.
Our mutual
I'm sorry, I have to say something. Magician? Are you for real?
friendship with Henry really grew as Henry discovered AI, partly through our mutual intervention.
I think we realized that the stakes were enormous on a go-forward basis. And independently, we both sort of arrived at that conclusion and said, what do we do? And of course, Henry answers all such questions.
We explored the implications of artificial intelligence on evolution, diplomacy, and human values.
So I hope you're okay. I will be stopping like all the time. So what the white pigeon represents? Peace. Well, it's not really freedom, but I would say I would link it to freedom. So in the cube, like not really free to fly away. And before, what did we had? The DNA. The DNA. Here we go. Let's continue.
In Genesis, we begin with a discussion about polymaths. These are Leonardo da Vinci, Einstein, Oppenheimer, all the great people who helped shape our society in music and art and literature and culture and science and math. And they've been around for thousands of years. Can you imagine when every single human has a polymath in the equivalent of their pocket? Can you imagine if you had Leonardo da Vinci giving you some advice on how you should feel about Renaissance paintings? The greatest gains are achieved when you cross fields. The same
Okay, so here is my perspective on that. We already have this within us, and that is called intuition. When you're in tune, when you're intuitive, you can literally look at the art and you can read the energy of the painting. And I know it might sound like, oh my God, Anya, what are you talking about? But guys, that's how I do it. The longer I live, the more I am aware that I don't know if all of us have this ability. I believe we do, but it's a question of exercising it. I can literally communicate with paintings. I know to some of you sounds crazy, but I had those experiences so many times with the art. There is an energy, there is a frequency, there is a vibration that comes out of it. So why do we need, again, an outside thing, like, you know, the priests and all of this, like everything is like outside of us. When you are aligned, everything truly is within you. It's already within you, within your DNA, within you, who you are. Let's continue.
Same will be true when you have a polymath in your pocket.
These AI polymaths will revolutionize scientific discovery in profound ways, including human biology.
Today, only a small part of the global population has high-quality healthcare. AI should be the basis of making a dramatic change in the diffusion of healthcare. Right now, we already see that the machines, as they are, have demonstrated that they're a better diagnostician than almost all human doctors are. And
So as far as the healthcare goes, we as a human species we are very resilient actually, even with the schmovit, right? I think we would be definitely much more healthy without big pharma, without electronics, without chemtrails, and without every other thing that they are throwing on us, and, you know, pollution and water and poison there and poison somewhere else, and poisoning waves of information and the stories they create and the wars they create. We would be definitely in no need for any healthcare. Let's continue.
interestingly, we've also seen that they can be more empathetic in communicating with the patients about their prognosis. When you think about
I'm sorry, I have to stop, guys. I know some of you like, please continue. Don't worry, the link will be below in the description box. What are they saying? That the robots can be more empathetic. So the robots will actually feel empathy. No, they will not. They might fake it, but they cannot feel it. It's unbelievable. And people are buying this stuff, like they believe in this story. So let's continue.
the relationship of human intelligence to machine intelligence, you first have to internalize that humans just have some fundamental physical, biological limitations. AIs are going to be capable of doing things that will be useful for humans.
Prokrastynacja to nie lenistwo. Pieprzanie kilku tabliczek czekolady naraz to nie jest brak dyscypliny.
But which humans are never going to be able to understand themselves. Up to this point, if you sorted the animal kingdom in intelligence, humans have been at the top of that scale. So the first thing that's going to happen is humans won't any longer be at the top of the scale in terms of intelligence. And that forces us to think differently about our relationship to everything.
And here is the cube above the mountain. So the beast, the beast, as they call it, the creature, I don't know what words to use. They are literally showing this in your face. Like, this is what will be above humanity. That's that energy, okay? I have to laugh at this. It's like so ridiculous, all of this. And, you know, it's actually a real threat, but are we going to fear this? because when we fear it, they already feel like they own us, right? Sorry, I'm stopping so many times, but some of you probably don't pay attention to my older videos. And that cube, by the way, that certain groups of people wear on their forehead, where's the third eye, yep, it's very significant.
We're always concerned that AI will make us the dogs to them as humans. It's important that we control our master better than dogs control us.
As these AI systems become increasingly sophisticated, it is imperative that governments create an environment where ethical considerations and technological advancement can progress in tandem.
Governmental oversight is crucial because imagine if one of these systems was intelligent enough to decide to get access to weapons, and all of a sudden the computers were making the decisions about war. The greatest danger to humanity is other humans. We need to make sure that the computers are on the good side of that and not joining the bad humans.
Okay, so the biggest danger is the humans, okay? And now they're gonna decide who are the good humans and who are the bad humans.
At the same time. So the transition from human-driven weapons in a battlefield to humans drinking coffee while the computers fight the war is underway. This is a totally new form of warfare.
I think that
You remember those dogs on the cover of The Economist? There we go, everyone.
challenge in my mind, and it was certainly Henry's big concern, is that the technological path is fairly clear. Call it the geopolitical path is less clear. How do the humans all pull together to come up with an answer that creates a future we all want?
By taking a proactive and strategic approach to governance, we can harness the potential of AI while safeguarding against its risks.
That humans are not smart enough to keep their eye on everything these computers are doing. It's going to take AI to police AI. Eventually, you'll have powerful agents that will work for you. This is hugely powerful because it means you can have an agent to cook for you. You can have an agent to watch for you. You can have an agent to pay your bills. That's very interesting. But what happens?
Did you hear it? Everyone will have an agent to cook for you, to pay the bills for you. They are literally saying this. Yep. They are telling you things.
Happens when you have millions of agents that are written by different people and they start working together. Now, it's obvious that they'll be more efficient when they have their own language. At the point at which the agents are talking to each other in a language we don't understand, unplug them. Unplug them immediately. How could you possibly understand the consequences unless you've tested it? The technology we're inventing is valueless. It doesn't have human values in it. It's just technology. It can be used for good or evil. It's trained by human systems, by human language, by human constructions, the systems. It's not operating on its own. There are humans doing this.
You know, one of the things that Henry, for the last few years, always said to me, rhetorically, was, this seems like it's the biggest technologically induced change that there's ever been. Where are the philosophers?
King Midas experienced the struggle of wielding a power that he could not begin to understand. I think today philosophers would say the same about aligning AI to human values.
So that's led us to think about the need to have an artificial intelligence system that learns all of the values, rules, mores, etc., but perhaps also learns a very primal thing called the doxa. The doxa is the unwritten rules that humans learn at a very early stage of life and seem to be quite uniform across all societies. The best way to govern all these AIs is with a very specific AI whose only job in life is to be able to adjudicate the use of all the others, and to do it by its polymathic ability to ingest information, experience, history, and underpinning human values, and to systematically apply them to all these uses at scale.
If we create a proper framework, artificial intelligence holds remarkable promise for advancing human progress and addressing some of the most pressing challenges of our time.
Yeah, the benefits of artificial intelligence should be so great. Humans should say, look, I got to do everything I can to max out whatever this will do for us. The AI is not the threat. The people and their governments are the real threat if we don't act. The only reason that this thing might...
So did you hear it? I had to stop again. The AI is not a threat. The people and their governments are the threat. So you have to eliminate people and you have to eliminate governments, and AI takes over. I mean, literally, this is who decides, right? The small group decides who is good and who is bad.
go south or turn bad is if we're lazy. If we're lazy in the engineering, if we're lazy in the policymaking, if we're lazy in the non-proliferation controls, then what you're doing is essentially creating an environment where bad stuff can emerge, and then it gets harder to control.
The great promise of 25 years from now is that these computer systems will make us stronger, smarter, more capable, a good thing for society. The arrival of a non-human intelligence is a very big deal.
It's the biggest thing that humans have ever done. It's not only who am I relative to this emergent intelligence, we have to ask ourselves, who do we want to be? What should we become? You know, we believe that this was really the beginning of the next epoch of humanity.
Some may view this moment as a final act. We perceive instead a new beginning. The cycle of creation is entering a new phase. That phase may operate under new paradigms. With sober optimism, may we meet its genesis.
So, few things from me. They are obsessed with those symbols. The cube is everywhere, clearly. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what's going on, including the executive orders. But I want to give you a few reflections that I have after watching this. So, when you think about it, how they have been planning this for a long time. I actually believe that there was already a civilization of humans that was destroyed by artificial intelligence, and we are repeating certain cycles. It's like a loop, I would say. But maybe this time we can come out of it, because I don't think it was fully successful if we are repeating this again. That's just my opinion. But think about it, how they are destroying families, because families is the unity, is the union, is how people are close to each other, how they create the towns, the cities, the states. The family is very important. The family where you can experience emotions and connection. I'm talking about not pathological families, but that there's also influence on that pathology, right? From stress and hardship and poverty, but how they are destroying the family, how they are, so family being destroyed. Any belief system that you look to something that is bigger than you. You look to God for the answers, you go within. They are destroying the spiritual side. Creation of the electronics, phones, screens, computers, when people are completely disconnecting from one another and being glued to the screens. So they don't have real friends. They have people on internet, but they don't have the sense of touch and energy exchange and feeling the presence of another person. And of course, destroying your health, mental and physical. And when you look at all of this, was a perfect segue, right? That's how we say it. It was a perfect path to what they are now presenting to you as this solution, because clearly humans are not so smart. So they're going to present you an agent who will be very smart, and he will be doing every other thing. And then everyone has an agent. That means this robot. And those robots are connected, so they control humans, really. And if they decide that they don't need humans anymore, then there you have it, everyone. What a vision, right? So that's all I have for you today. The latest news for the global project. The show continues, but it's a different show that I was thinking originally. It's pretty clear what's going on at this point. I will attach all the links down below in the description box. Again, one more time, thank you so much for watching my videos, subscribing, and leaving the thumbs up and the comments as well. And if you choose to support my work, the best way is to become my Patreon supporter. You have different tiers there. Let me show you. The link will be down below. It starts with $8 per month. You have different tiers. You can scroll down. Or you can donate on PayPal or become my local supporter. And if you have Instagram, make sure to follow me there. Here is my Instagram. Just one second, let me show you. So it's easier to memorize for you. It's Ania K right here, _44. And it's dedicated to showing you beauty in the world, you know, travels, some beautiful places where I go. And that's all for today, guys. So remember, lots of love. Remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Happy Thanksgiving again. Enjoy nature, good food. Try to have access to it. Company of other people who value your presence in their lives. It's really priceless, especially nowadays. And I see you in another video. Bye, guys.